Boys and girls, of course. I'm finally back with another video. But before we get into the video, let me just get my rancher's boots because otherwise I can see myself destroying my entire island by running around on those crops, Safe. It's been a very long time, but let's just not talk about that. It's just kind of hard for me to find video ideas in this game because everything I do in this game is either dungeons, mining, or some other stuff that no one really cares about. Enough talking, let's get into today's video. If I would ask you which dungeon floor makes the most profit in a relatively short amount of time, what would you say? Floor 7? Well, if so, you're probably wrong unless you drop a handle and the scroll every 4 runs, and you might be a little bit surprised by this video. If you wouldn't say floor 7, then this video might not be as interesting for you, but nonetheless you still might wanna watch it, okay? Please, thank you. In this video, I've created my own tier list kinda for the top 3 most profitable non-master mode floors and the top 3 master mode floors. Keep in mind though, this tier list might not be 100% correct, because it still depends on your RNG, and I cannot really calculate every single possible dungeon chest and how much profit it would be, how rare it is, and yeah, I think you know what I mean. The third best dungeon floor for pure coins is probably floor 4. Yes, it is a floating annoying gas, you all know. The boss fight has way too many bugs to actually be fun playing, but nonetheless it offers some pretty decent drops which aren't even too rare to drop. You can get the Spirit Wing, which is probably the best item from that floor. You can purchase them for around 2 mil coins in the Obsidian chest, and sell them on AH for around 5 million coins at current prices. And with a drop chance of around 2.6%, this isn't even a rare drop, you can get it pretty easily. Of course, that's not the only drop floor for offers, you can also get other drops such as the legendary Spirit Pet, the Spirit Bow, Fuming Potato Books, and Recombibulators. By the way, you can get more books of course, such as Wisdom and Ultimate Wise, which are also profit, but since you can get them in pretty much every single dungeon floor, I'm kinda excluding those from the profit calculation of this video. With all of those decent drops, on such a low dungeon floor, this is a decent third place for the non-master mode tier list in my opinion. Number 2 on the tier list is probably floor 7. It's not only one of the most fun things in this game, but it's also very decent in terms of profit. Even though this is very RNG based, you can make millions or even billions in a single dungeon run. The item I'm talking about is the Necron's Handle, a piece of wood used to craft one of the strongest weapons in the game, the Witherblade. This item comes with a price tag of about 1 billion coins at the time recording, but as you might have guessed, it's very rare. In fact, it has only a drop chance of about 0.09%, which makes it insanely rare. But that's not the only item floor 7 offers. You can drop all of the Wither Scrolls, you can drop Wither Chest Plates, Soul Eater Books, Wither Catalysts, Precursor Gear, the default stuff such as Fuming Potato Books and Recoms, and much more. That makes the floor very profitable, but it's also extremely RNG based, so if you feel kinda lucky, just go play floor 7 I guess. And in terms of quick money without much RNG, floor 5 is probably the winner for the non-master mode tier list. This may have been an unexpected winner for some of you, but have you ever looked at the drop chances? Like, those are crazy. You can drop Overload books for 250k each, Dark Ops for 250k each, and even Leech books for 1 mil each. And those aren't even rare. Like, they come with a decent drop chance of 1 to 2% each, and in fact you can even drop multiple of those books in the Bedrock chest for a reduced price as well. And for all of the RNG lovers out there, the floor even offers RNG drops such as the Shadow Assassin Chestplate and the Shadow Fury and some more, but those aren't really any profit, so I guess we just ignore those. But the Shadow Assassin Chestplate and the Shadow Fury are still very decent amounts of profit for some reason. Like, for example, the Chestplate goes for more than a Wither Chestplate and it only costs 6 mil from the chest, so I don't know, this makes me kinda sad though, because I prefer Wither Armor over Shadow Assassin. Of course you can also get the default stuff such as Recoms and Fumings from that floor, but the main profit are definitely the books and the Dark Orbs. And maybe floor 7 might be a little more profit if you play 1000 runs of both. For quick profit this is actually very good. Like, you can make easily 1 mil in a run, so alright, now that we have our top 3 dungeon floors for the tier list, I still want to mention another floor. It is floor 2. This is probably the best money making floor for early game players, because you can drop Scarf Studies for a low price of 50k, and those aren't rare either. They sell for about 600k on AH right now, which makes them a good amount of profit. But I don't think this floor is worth putting on the tier list. But nonetheless, I still wanted to mention that for the early game players out there. Time to move on to Master Mode floors. Position number 3 belongs to Master Floor 5. It is basically the exact same as I said earlier, just with a little increased drop chances. But Master Floor 5 actually offers 2 more unique items, such as the Master Skull and the third Master Star. That star is one of the rare items to drop though, and if you need quick money, you shouldn't expect to drop this item in a couple of runs. But since it is one of the rarer items to get, it's also a little bit more profit. For example, you can buy it from the chest for around 7 million coins and sell it to the bazaar to 17 million coins. Number 2 on the tier list is Master Mode Floor 7. And as well as with Master Mode Floor 5, it is basically the exact same items as in Floor 7, just with slightly increased drop chances. Master Mode Floor 7 offers a bunch of new items though. Those items are Master Skulls, especially the Tier 5 Master Skull, the Dark Claymore, the Thunderlord 7 book, the Necron Star, the 5th Master Star and the Shiny Necron Sandal. That, by the way, is basically a Necron Sandal which, when crafted into Witherblade, gets you some nice little particle effects when holding it. Most of those items are RNG drops as well, but there's so many RNG drops in M7 now that it becomes fairly common to drop one of these items. And even if not, you can still get Soul Eater books with a Catalyst and Precursor gears. The last one is probably the most controversial one on this list, but I would put Master Mode Floor 4 in the winner position of this tier list. Some people may say M7 is better than M4, other people may say M4 is better than M7, but why? Well, would have guessed, first of all, it offers all of the Floor 4 drops with slightly increased drop chances. But then there's also that one little item that changes a lot in terms of profit for this floor, the second Master Star. That item costs 6 mil coins from the chest and sells for about 60 million coins on Bazaar. But the more interesting part about this item are its drop chances. The second Master Star almost has a 4.3% drop chance on an S+ run. And that is crazy common. Like, if you reroll the chest, the theoretical chance for dropping a Master Star in the run goes up to 8.2% or 1 in 11 runs. So you're dropping a star every 11 runs on average, and that is crazy common for that star. So unless you're RNG carried in M7, the stars might make up for all of those items you may get in M7 in terms of quick profit, but like, for example, if you get a Necron Sandal, then M7 is definitely better for profit, but that's rare, you know, so I don't know. And keep in mind, an M4 run usually takes way less time to complete than an M7 run, which makes it even better. That's the end of today's video. On screen you can see the results for this video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and you may also join the Discord linked in the description. If you have a different opinion on the tier list, just let me know in the comments. Goodbye, and see you in a few months or something. Oh, by the way, I might also stream more often in the future. We will see.